right, welcome to another episode of Keepers of the Gloom. We're downrange in AO Derby. I'm Contactor 35 Chop, and my guest today is...
I'm Joel Coda, 24, Schnitzel Clops.
Alrighty, Schnitzel Clops. Where are you born?
I was born in Frankfurt, Germany is what my birth certificate says. I think it was on Bitburg Air Force Base.
There you go.
So that's where the Schnitzel comes from in Schnitzel Clops. They said Germany, and that was the first thing they thought of.
Okay, yeah. What do you do for work?
I work as a drafter in kind of the architectural engineering industry. So.
Okay, cool, awesome. What is your home AO?
That one's a little tricky. I started in Sparta, but since kind of led the way in planting demolition derby here.
So that's right. Derby's got an AO because of this guy.
Yeah,
right,
so I feel at home at both, honestly.
There you go. So we're about to head out to grab some coffee. What's going to be your drink of choice?
Gosh, it honestly depends on the mood. Sometimes I just like to ask, the barista what their favorite drink is. I kind of just like to mix it up.
Oh, you'll go full wild card.
Yeah, I'm complete wild card.
Mystery flavor on the airhead.
Yep.
All right, good deal. When you cue, what's your go-to exercise?
Okay, I like to mix it up. I like to kind of break things up. So I don't like to just do straight leg day or straight arm day. Mm-hmm. I kind of just do full body workouts. So. Okay. I mix it up.
What about the exercise that you just dread the most?
Calls it out. I'm going to piggyback on everybody else and say burpees. I feel like for the amount of effort they are, I don't see a lot of payoff. They're kind of just annoying. So I don't like to include burpees in my workouts.
So help a guy that invented the burpee as I'm watching this one day. All right, let's talk about your F3 journey. How did you hear about F3?
Subprime invited me.
Okay.
Shout
out to an OG Subprime.
Subprime invited me, and I appreciate him for that. I put him off for about a year.
Okay.
Maybe not a year, but a long time. And then finally I was like, you know what? I was having some insomnia, waking up at like 4 a.m. I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah.
He had told me about this workout group that meets at 5:30 in the morning. So I showed up on a Wednesday, and
So how did he invite you?
I worked with him, so he was just telling me about a group he thought I'd like because he knew I'd kind of like to, work out and stuff. So.
Okay. Well, what did you think about F3 before you came to your first workout?
Before I came to it, I thought it sounded a little bit crazy. Honestly, the way he had described it, it sounded like it was just like a fitness level beyond what I was capable of. Mm-hmm. It sounded like a bunch of people who were running like Ironmans and stuff, and so I was like, well, maybe that's not for me. But then I guess Subprime's not really that kind of guy. So,
so do you remember what the first beatdown was that you went to?
I was thinking about that. I think it may have been Neighborhood Watch.
I know it was because he was bragging on your name. And
he was very proud of how bad my name sounded. I remember probably that workout, and then probably like 2 months of workouts after that, I splashed Merlot or I threw up. People gave me a hard time every workout just because I couldn't manage to keep my lunch down.
Yeah, everybody does. What was the one guy? Box wine?
Yeah.
Because that was consecutive. All right. What excuses did you give Subprime other than what you've already mentioned?
Obviously just too early. I felt like I wasn't in shape enough. Those kind of things. Mostly the too early part. I just didn't like the idea of waking up prior to 5 a.m.
Yeah, I'm not a morning person. Yeah. Everyone that knows me will tell you that. So when did you start? I wasn't clear on that one.
It was August 31st, 2022.
Okay.
So
cool.
It's been
over a year.
Yeah, it's been over a year.
Almost a year and a half now, man.
I think it's whatever Wednesdays around that date.
Yeah. So how would you describe you were there back when a lot of us were still at Sparta before we really had a lot of expansion. Now, August of 22 is right when we first started to add a new AO.
Yeah.
So you were there right before all the growth happened. Now we're at 7 AOs. So how would you describe your F3 journey?
It's been awesome to see not only my bond with some of the guys grow and getting to see some of those guys just develop both, with friendships with me, but with each other. And then also just when I first started coming, you did kind of see, a certain kind of guy where it's just, I don't want to say guys who were in shape, but like guys who maybe weren't like, I don't know, like seeing some guys who are maybe in less good shape show up and like push themselves hard is one of the most inspirational things.
Yeah.
And seeing some of these guys, I don't know, like if you had to ask me, like those are the guys I respect the most because I know it's just even more difficult. It's hard, you know.
Battling through injuries and everything. Yep. So you gave me a little part of how you got your F3 name with the Schnitzel.
Okay, yeah.
Let's close that out. How did you get the full F3 name?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, Schnitzel came from being born in Germany, and then someone was shouting out Cyclops, and you know they couldn't decide between Schnitzel and Cyclops, and then I think it may have been Fonz. I don't remember. Someone shouted out Schnitzel Clops, and Neighborhood Watch liked that, and so it stuck. And I hated it, but you know, just honestly, it becomes a source of pride a little bit. You know, like you learn to own your name. And
so I think it was maybe Tuesday this week. One of these days, I was meeting up with Neighborhood watching some guys after work, and he tells the story of you getting named, and he's like, "Dude, Schnitzel Clops. Every time he says his name, my heart just wells up with pride because he's so passionate about it." So take that as coming from him. He loves it. So, all right. Favorite F3 moment so far?
Favorite F3 moment? The convergences are always awesome. I mean, our second anniversary for Sparta and just the Wichita region was awesome. Obviously, getting to lead the convergence for here in Derby was just incredible. I mean, seeing that many guys turn out and you know, guys continue to turn out is just awesome.
Yep, definitely. Have you seen any health benefits?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, the first few months I noticed I was losing weight, and then ever since then I've been kind of gaining muscle, gaining weight, and I just feel more energetic, feel better.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Do you have a most memorable beatdown?
Most memorable beatdown. I mean, I'd probably go back to leading the Derby convergence. Would probably be most memorable.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
that
had
was
a good
fun
time.
Whose cue is a guaranteed push?
Gosh, for me, I really love a good Heisenberg cue. I haven't been to a Heisenberg cue in a while. He does a lot of things that I don't like, which makes them good. You know, he pushes me in ways that I wouldn't lead my own cues, and so yeah, I think Heisenberg's probably.
Yeah, he's at my Saturday Hornet today queuing, and he was giving me some insight on how painful he was going to.
It's a good time.
Make it. So yeah, that's a good one. That's a great answer. What keeps you coming back to F3?
What keeps me coming back? Obviously, want to stay in shape. The guys next to me, you know, I want to continue to give it away. I have a blast. I mean, it sucks, but I have so much fun with the workouts, and I think just you know, going into them, you know, obviously wanting to challenge myself, but also have a good time and just you know, bring some encouragement to other guys' days. So.
Yeah. Okay. When I say high impact man, and I know like we were talking about, you've been around for a while, you've seen a lot of dudes. When I say high impact man for you, what F3 guy comes to mind?
Gosh, you know, it really is a struggle to name just one. I would say probably off the bat, Fonz. You know, I just you know, some of the mumble chatter he brings, it really, like, I feel like anytime Fonz is at a beatdown that I'm at, I feel like an extra. Like I could just do an extra 10 Merkins, you know.
Yep.
So he's just off the top of my head, he's number one. But you know, there's still so many guys that I would put on the list.
And our Nantan, like, great answer. And he's up queuing in Hutch doing a Black Ops, maybe launching our 8th AO right now.
That might be, you know, I just see him hopping around every time I see the back blast. He's out west and he's in College Hill and he's down here. So yeah.
He makes me feel like I have excuses. I'm saying he goes those places.
Yeah.
All right, close us out with this in a few sentences for the packs that are watching, that are part of the Wichita region, that know you, that love you, and for the guys that maybe don't know you as well, that are maybe new to F3 or haven't really ever came out to a beatdown and are looking at this wondering what this is all about. Why is F3 so special to you?
F3 is just awesome because honestly, you know, post school, you know, it's hard to maintain like positive male friendships. I mean, obviously some of us get lucky and we've got that at work, but in a lot of cases I don't think that's the case. And so, you know, if you don't have a group of men who are not only your friends supporting you but also, you know, pushing you, in your life, then I would say F3 is a great place to start with that. Just guys who are willing to walk with you and have a good time, but also willing to challenge you and tell you that there's room in your life to grow. And F3's been that for me. So.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, we appreciate you. The one thing you didn't talk about today that I want to make sure everybody who's watching this knows is this guy organizes for the last 2 years a really awesome get-together that F3 in Wichita's been a part of. Bread of Life?
Yeah,
right?
Bread of Life, yes.
Giving away meals to those that are less fortunate during the Thanksgiving season. It is probably one of the most rewarding, fulfilling things you can do with your time on a Saturday morning with your family and with your F3 brothers. And so appreciate you taking the lead, taking charge, getting some of us like me who hadn't heard about that exposed to it, and others to just be able to plug in and give it away in a much different, much more meaningful and impactful way. So appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, hope we can continue to do that. This is a great time.
Definitely. Well, this has been another episode of Keepers of the Gloom. To learn more, visit f3wichita.com. Thanks, brother.
Yeah.